it is going to be a 7 versus 7. Still on a 10 by 10 kilometer map though, so a small map. Lots of commanders, lots of people fighting. We have Team 1 across here at the top left, Team 2 at the bottom / right, and let's have an introduction once again of all the players. First up, team number 1, down here in the purple color. First person we see today is Albotard. And Albotard is going Seraphim, opening his factory, doing a couple of pigeons because his hydro is all the way over there. In fact, it may not even be his hydro, who knows. Up from him, also Seraphim, is Undead. So we're going from Albotard to Undead. And he's Seraphim as well. There we go, starting on some pigeons. Up one further, another Seraphim. So it's 3 Seraphim for team number 1. First off, it is Zoom. And Zoom is in the green color. Here we go, working on a pigeon. Down from Zoom, and hello, somebody different. It's a UEF. It's Velowan. Velowan in the pale pink color. Getting some pigeons. We'll work on the mass extractors next. Over from Velowan in the puke yellow color, another UEF. Hey, 19. Hey 19 is working on his pigeons, as you do. Over from Hey 19, it is MSG in the blue color, another UEF. Finally, for team number 1, all the way in the top right hand corner, a different faction, Aeon, it is Vex. So team 1 has 3 Seraphims, 3 UEFs and 1 Aeon player per faction. So no Siren for team number 1, but Vex is in the pale color, pale green anyhow. Okay, team number 2, first off over here in the pink color, it is Soul Ripper. He's UEF and he's grabbing the Hydra for himself, he wants it. Behind Soul Ripper as Cybran, first Cybran of the game, it is Korriban. So Korriban's back. This time he's not the air player, I don't think, so we'll see how he feels on that front. Behind Korriban in white, it is Strife. And Strife is Aeon, looks like he's painting a smallish air grid there. In front of Strife, Cybran, Cyan, Artifacts. Getting plenty of pigeons down to support his habit. In the middle section, it is Slatto Noob. He's in the combat green and he is the first Seraphim for team number 2. Beside him in the light blue color, another Seraphim, and it is no red for you. Well, that's funny because they hadn't even chosen the red color. I'm not sure what the reference is there, but he's Seraphim anyway. He's working on pigeons. And finally, for team number 2, in the bottom left corner in Burgundy, it is Hatchy, who's Cybran and his commander's already gone for a wander. Here he is, grabbing these mixes up here. Kind of needed. And how's your reclaim? One asks. Well, 7,000 odd reclaim. Most of it around the middle here. There's a bunch of, well, rocks kind of scattered around these cactus tree-like things. I think those might give you mass as well. Maybe a small amount, can't remember. But yeah, this middle section is interesting. That looks like it would be passable. I'm pretty sure you can get some units to sneak over that. But it would be very easy to block off with a few walls from engineers. And of course this middle section as well. This is maybe passable on the gaps there, but definitely passable through this direction. Just coming up through the gaps and holding a middle section, so we could see some fighting going on there. For now though, it is just the standard move forward and reclaim. Everybody is shifting their commanders, moving up in territory as far as they can, getting as much mass extractions as they can, and reclaim as quickly as they can to boost their starting eco. I see engineers just going in all over the little places, grabbing all of these little bits to help get things kick-started. Okay, very similar ratings, average 1500 to 1486 between the two teams, 93% balance, so we're looking for a pretty good game here, one would hope. And let's see, when are we going to get our first engage? I don't think I've heard a single shot been fired yet. Despite the real close proximity to these guys and these guys, has not actually been any action. Having said that, we may find our first shots coming out now. It is, there we go. Soul Ripper takes umbrage to MSG pushing up with his commander. I would kill that off. Actually, it doesn't even get finished building it, so that is good. A little bit of extra damage coming in from some tanks, but they want to consider not being there at this stage. So just leave the two commanders to have a go at each other for now, and the mass extractor can be destroyed. MSG is querying, why is your comm in your base? Very good question. Vex, why is your comm in your base? Over on the left hand side though, same thing going on. It is Hatchy versus Albotard. Commanders having to go at each other, but this is a scout from Andy, so Andy's got some units up there to assist. Single tank is rolling down this way. Not going to have great fun when it's 2 versus 1. We're going to have a really bad time. and he's going to die without much else happening. But up this direction, Hatchie getting pushed by Eunice as well, as Albert needs to keep his comm on the move, maybe get some Eunice to support. Right hand side is looking fairly quiet. Soul Ripper is getting tickled by some Auroras. They are kind of annoying with the rain, and gun upgrade going down for MSG. That's going to be a problem. Left hand side is Hatchie all by himself against two commanders and Eunice. Where is, never mind, there we go. No red has joined the party. Very surprised no red has grabbed that bit of reclaim yet. 150 mass, never mind, there we go. No red has done exactly that. Okay, that was an overcharge from Albert, so Albert has got himself some storage and he's doing some overcharge there. Gun upgrade for no red. When we try and get that done, these guys are basically just standing here trading shots, but the overcharge from Albert is going to make all the difference. Hatchie cannot stay there for too much longer. He's down under 6,000 already. Albert still at 8,000, and that's going to be a problem. Albert yelling for E. He needs to try and finish that gun upgrade. Check over this way, and who's going to finish first? Well, Hatchie needs to think about moving his commander away down to under 4,000. It's been a trip for these guys. Overcharges from Albert have been doing all sorts of things. Over this side is Hatchie pushing into a larger force of Albertards. Add some additional units back over this way. He's going to have a bad time of it, just about out of tanks. And now this is commander having to fall right on back. Upgrade is well on the way for no red, 40% done over there, but he is going to be beaten by Undead, who is at 70%. He's still yelling for you, but on the right hand side, this is Soul Ripper. No upgrades on his commander, and MSG has the upgrade on his, so Soul Ripper has got problems. 2 comms against his 1. He has plenty of unit spam, and he's going to try and do something with it. If he can at least shoo away Vex, that should be enough. He'll be able to walk out of range of MSG and stay alive. That's pretty much what's happening. And hello to some point defense. That's going to do massive amounts of damage to Vex. Vex does not want to stay there, but Vex has been surrounded. And he's going to take a huge amount of damage right now. And this Ripper is pushing his advantage. Perhaps down into the red goes Vex. Vex is not going to get out of here. 2 point defense smashing down on him. And see you later, Vex. See you later, all the spam. And Soul Ripper now needs to fall back before he is the victim of a retaliatory MSG who decides he's not going to push out and fall back. Over on the left hand side, more fighting going on, and no red had to cancel his gun upgrade. That is a mass amount of resources wasted. Over on this side, it is Hatchie pushed between Albertard and this is Undead. So Albertard and Undead having to go between these two guys, although Hatchie does have a bunch of units, he should be alright. No red is definitely on the retreat. Units behind his commander, but as a gun comp, they do not have an answer for that just at the moment. Hatchie on the left and no red just about in range of this comm, which is going to be a bad time. Supported by Eunice, how can they deal with this is a question. Air would be a good answer. Get some bombers out, but who's got the bombers? It's actually T1. The T1 bomber being a nuisance, and Hatchie decides he's going to go for it. He's going to go for Albertard, and Albertard might have just extended a wee bit too much there. Plenty of Mantis around, and commander in the region down under 4,000. Although, having said that, looks like Hatchie is running out of Eunice. Albertard down under 4,000 still, but not going much further. The Mantis are thinning out, but so are the Thams. Hatchie with 5,000 health, but the story at the moment is Undead, 8,000 health over there, over the 7,000 from no red, and not much to help him out there. Hatchie tried to stay in range of Albertard, but Albertard is going to actually manage to get away. Hatchie is the one who has to pull back, unfortunately. Too much unit pressure, and he cannot get through that gap. Undead looking a wee bit isolated, has got units for backup, and of course the gun comm is a nasty thing to try and take care of. Up this direction we see MSG's finished a nano upgrade for his comm, so he's got a gun comm with nano, and that's going to be something Corbin needs to be cautious of. T2 on the way for Soul Ripper, trying to get some extra health and maybe be able to slap down some point defense. Corbin facing a one-on-one with a nanocom is never going to work out well in your favor, but there's plenty of units to support both these guys. Engineer's going to be distractions, units going to come on over, having a bad time. Hatchie has had to fall back because Valor 1, Rash Commander, no damage on him, is pushed on up, and no red also tucked into the mix here, but it is still Undead 9,500 health on his gun commander over there, looking perfectly healthy. T2 PD going up. That's what they need. Get some extra range on that and be able to throw that down onto Undead so that he's got no answer. We'd have to walk on up, which could be a terrible idea. That's going to pop and start shooting. If they had radar. If they could see him. There we go. Now they can see him. And now the T2PD can focus on Undead. And no red can actually push over his commander, lay down some extra damage and force Undead to run away. Exactly what he needs to do just to try and hold that area. Right hand side, and this is MSG just standing there tanking things with his commander. He's having a grand old time, but this is Soul Ripper. He's finished his T2 upgrade and is working on a Triad. Triad is going to be very detrimental to MSG's health. Plus all the units in the area, if you can finish that off, would be very useful, but there's a lot of spam coming in. So I think they need Horriban to come back and help thin some of that out. Soul Ripper only has T2 on his commander. He does not have guns, so he's going to have to be careful. That point defense is going to go down, and that is going to be a loss he cannot afford, and he's going to be left up front without gun against all of that. But speaking of people without gun, although Hatchie has got gun and stealth, but 2 versus 1 is never going to be good for your health, and now it is Undead pushing up, under 6,000 though, and Hatchie does have gun of his own, so he's not completely helpless. Why are the interceptors rushing on in? No, more inties over this direction, but over this side it is actually MSG looking to be a bit trouble. Mercies! Oh no, Mercies! Just caught those as I was looking at Soul Ripper. Soul Ripper has been picked off by MSG with Mercies. MSG of course with the extra tech style from Vex, and that is actually Valor 1 out. Who's gone over to? It's gone over to Sladomoob. Maybe the wrong player, but now that's a problem with Horriban. His support is gone, his tech is gone, and speaking of problems, this left hand side is about to collapse. But speaking of collapsing, Hatchie is being pressured by 1, 2, 3 players. He has done an amazing holdout against all of that pressure. Pressure has finally told, and his base is getting ruined. With Valor 1, maybe he's pushed forward a little bit too much because now his commander is getting flinked on, but units are fading away. Running out of support, these guys are going down. T2PD going up here and there for no red, and that is really absolutely 100% useful for what is going on. Going to give him a chance to hold some territory and rebuild. Seeing T2 Janus out, and they're having to go at basically anything. Will they do enough damage? Not really. Janus do a lot of damage over an area, but when you're trying to kill a single unit, they're not that great at it. The burning is a lot of burning, and repeated kills onto that there. Might have gotten that Janus some kind of veterancy, but kind of doubt it. That is tech missiles. Sladomoob has been busy with his tech launchers, killing off all sorts of things, and we're seeing mixes starting to die over on the left hand side. There is a, maybe he's going for the wrong one, TMD out there from Undead, but it's in the wrong place. Ah, he's hitting the T2 HQ, a good call, but still with Eunice in his base is Hatchie, and Hatchie needs to rebuild. Where's his comm? At the back there, he's fine. T2 HQ is gone, and that's comm with his tech missile back is going to have got limited value. There is TMD going up left, right and centre though. Maybe get a couple more mixes up here, indeed he can, because that has not been built yet. Single shot from that tech defense isn't going to help. That is gone, but there is TMD there, so that is now held on the left hand side, nice and handy. Plenty of T2 PD now. And no red can think about pushing out, perhaps trying to regain some of this territory. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Commander is pushed on up as well. MSG yells strat. I don't see it. Maybe it's died already, because there is a bunch of T2 in this mix. Some Janus could maybe catch up with the strat and take care of it. MSG, 5,000 health on him, so he was maybe the target of the strat. Either way, he is probably not going to loiter around the front for much longer, or he's going to chill. No, chill with some repairs. He does have nano, so his health's going to go pretty down quickly. Okie dokie. Over this direction, and look, more attack missiles coming on in. That was actually from a Sledder Noob, and that was a T2 factory he's killed, not a T1, so why not? This is Albitard still pushing with his commander yet again. He's got the region course, so his health is way back up again. And it's just not enough to slow him down right at the moment. No Red does not have the health to compete against that. They need to try and clean him out. Hatchie does though. He has stealth and he has gun. He can start killing off units. He can start killing off commander health. And overcharge is coming in from Albitard. Hatchie though might need to be a small bit careful. Does have some ranks of veterancy. Of course, stealth is extra health and does have the gun. But it's really the danger from here. And hello, that is a strat from Artifacts, slamming down some extra damage on Albitard, who now needs to think about leaving the area. That strat loops around, drops another bomb, could take out a whole bunch of things. Albitard down into the yellow, quite unhealthy, but some ASFs turn up from Zoom, and they will take care of the strat, no dramas. And that will be fine for Albitard. He can now walk away. Right hand side has gotten really quiet here. These guys have basically turned into a Cold War on the right with a bit of an arms race. And Sledder Noob, still with the attack launcher on the back, now gone T3 on his comm. So he's been a pest with that attack launcher. And speaking of attack launchers, mobile missile launchers down here from Valor 1, they're going to do well for knocking out, well, they missed for some reason. They're in range of a T2PD. Gonna have a bad time with that. Some attack missile defense here, that's going to be fine. Keep those out. In comes Valor 1, very boldly just deciding to walk straight on, and changes his mind though and thinks, yeah, okay, no, maybe not. Nano repair going down for Undead, so he's healthy, looking like he wants to get more health. It's going to be a very tough comm once that pops up. Let's just see what he gets out of that. He's gone to 16,200 advanced nano repair, so he's really going for it. When he's turned that into a full-on combat commander, get very, very juicy with that. Right hand side, yeah, still just an arms race. Units just standing off from each other. We see Sledder Noob still sitting in the middle here. I wonder if he knew about that. Oh no, he's attack missile defense, so maybe he can't hit that. And they don't know the commander's there anyway. I'm sure there would be some kind of pressure to stop that upgrade if they knew. But there is not. Hello, walls. That's funny. Because Undead is on team 2, whereas Sledder Noobs. Sorry, Undead's team 1, Sledder Noobs team 2, and they've got walls right beside each other. That is quite amusing. Anyhow, let's check on the air game, and there's T3 for both sides, but look like probably in favour of team 1. A few more ASFs over on the left here for Zim. He hasn't really featured much in the game, he's just been focusing on his air, and he's got it. He does not have T3 power yet though, which really he should be desperately getting. Trying to run T3 air on... What is T3 air? This is this, sorry. Oh, sorry, I didn't even see it. He does have T3 power. Take it back. He's doing fine. He's doing absolutely fine. Okay. Now what's going on here? Halfway done on that advanced nano, and the amount of region that comes out of that is absolutely ridiculous. Some Janus come overhead, but they run into some flak. That's never going to be a grand old time, but in come the ASFs. Nope, that's going to be no problems there. Strife sends in his few ASF to help out, but there we go, that is artifacts in the skies as well, so that should be alright. Air looks a little bit more even with the assistance of artifacts keeping that alive. Right, factory has been made for Sledder Noob, and they can now start popping out some T1 arty, and this will be a great target. Fantastic target. T2 radar sitting there doing nothing. Overcomes the shot, and oh, hits the PG first. I'm sure there'll be more coming out. See some T1 bombers decide to spam out on the engineers, and that's not going to be all good. Sledder Noob is moving up with this commander, but he's walking into T2 PD range. Maybe doesn't want to do that, although it's only one of them. He'll be fine. Radar is down from the Zoes, and this is actually maybe not so good for Hader. He's trying to get gun up. Oh, he's got gun upgrade on his comm, so he's fine there. T1 PD been thrown down by Sledder Noob with extra bow power, focusing down that triad, but along comes Hader trying to clean that out. It's a point blank point defense. coming out there. But hello, Janus. And they miss horribly. I say miss horribly. There's a lot of fire on that spot there, killing a bunch of things, but not the commander. Absolute Janus miss. Ooh, those things are just horrible. Oh, hello. And dead. He has finished off the advanced nano and is now going for gun. This is incredibly nasty. That gun does a huge amount of damage. Have a quick look at the stats on that. Where is it? There. Increases damage by 850%, so it goes from doing like 100 damage to 850 basically. Fires a half rate and has splash. It is a very, very nasty thing to try and take on. Units pushing over on the right, and there's Titans in there as well as a gun con with tac missile on the back, and I don't think these are going to be enough to stop that. Titan's going to absolutely clean up. Over the side it is Slater Noob, and he's having a fight against Haya. He's got more health, and Haya is being forced to fall back. He can go into shields over here though, maybe into a T1 PD, but walking in a straight line, not a great idea. T1 RT shells landing directly on him. Ow. Wants to go away from that. Pressure going with Bellman down here. He's got gun. He's going to say hello to Slater Noob. He's going to go hello back, and he'll be fine. But gun splash is done for Anded. This is now a nasty commander ready to walk in and absolutely obliterate. The question is, what is there to stop him? Okay, what's there to stop him? Well, there is some T2 PD around the place, but it's kind of all over. And when you don't know what's coming your way, you're scouting. You have no idea. Yeah, this is what is sneaking up. T3 scout does go on over, and now they know. And you just know, if you see a commander walking forward like that, it's going to be a very tough one. Going to be ready to rumble and do incredible amounts of damage. This is Hatchy thinking, do I push up? Because you know there's a lot of T2PD. And he knows he's walking into that PD. Right hand side we see MSG doing a very similar thing. He's got Guncom, he's got Nano Regen, and the Tech Launcher on the back. He can just lob those out when it feels like. Wayward overcharge into the ground. Fuck the ground, we're here. But let's just have a look at what this does. You see this 2000 health thing? Bop, bop. The damage is unreal. And both Hatchy and No Red recognize exactly what that is. That is a very, very nasty comp. And look at the regen. It's basically tanking these T2 point defense to the face. Just walking straight on up. Some sniper boss coming in. They'll be very handy to try and do something about that. But for all the shots they do, just regening it up. And every rank of veterancy will be more health, more regen, and it's going to take even longer to kill them off. Look at that, 4 ranks, and very shortly going to be 5 ranks of veterancy, 50,000 health, and a huge amount of regen on that commander now. Almost out-regen a constant T2 single stream. But there we go, gunships are coming out now, and basically ignore the gunship. Just the one of them, yeah, it's fine, whatever. But there needs to be a massive air response to try and close this down. This T3 factory is going to be no more. Sniper boss coming out of there, and look at the health just disappear. Not great for Team 2 having a gun comp. It's kind of like a mini experimental actually. This is a mini experimental. It's got more health than a monkey. It doesn't have the damage output of an experimental, but the health is incredible. And the regen is phenomenal at 5 ranks veterancy. Sniper boss still trying to do their thing, gunships trying to do the thing, and the health is slowly going down. Going down enough at the moment, 38,000. Sniper boss course pinking. Mercies popping out as well, and Mercies are a great deterrent to shoo the commander away. Some flak is coming up behind it though. Maybe the sniper boss can focus on the flak, get them down, so that will leave the air open up. Mercies launch it and slip away. They see the air coming in, they see the flak in between. A bit of an air engage perhaps. This is artifacts trying to shoot the ASS, but no, that's not going well there. The air comes back, the flak is moved behind, and once again Andy pushes up. The Don't land your gunships, don't land your gunships, don't land... Oh no, don't land your gunships. Right in front of the commander too. They need to get back into there and start popping down that damage. And did 28,000 health. Even as he's pushing, so has MSG on the right. And this is Corbin trying to take care of these. MSG finishes an experimental. What I see, but where's GC all the way back there? So, dear oh dear. That is going to be fun. But this is Andy looking unhealthy. 15,000 health. He needs air support right about now because those gunships are getting the job done slowly. Well, they haven't said that. He's got a bunch of flak back there. The gunships ain't going to be long for this world. The sniper bots have been pressured up by some Ushivas. There's no red for you trying to keep them alive. Trying to slow those down. Inti's turned up from no red as well. And dead down into the red. And up this direction it is Slato Noob still having fun in the middle, but Albertar's now pushing up. Probably just have broken that front spot. And dead pushing back in 15,000 health. Just look at the regen go. Massive amount of regen. Back having to go anything that comes close, and there was an experimental built by Artifacts. That monkey. Maybe we want to send that monkey off this direction. Kill this guy. Don't land your ASFs in front of a gun. Good overcharge. But this has been a one-man wrecking machine and dead with Eunice and Flack and everyone. Just have a look at all the wreckage he's created. It's just all of that. And Corbin control K's, we will see. Oh, he was somewhere. He was over here. His base is wrecked. He still has a commander. Had a commander. I feel like maybe he could have done something. Slato Noob. Control K's out in the middle. He was getting chased down by Albertard, who was also a nano guncom. We say he's so close. I wonder if that means he tried to attack Albertard in the face. Quite entirely possibly. And now it is Anged chasing down No Red, who's running for his little life. Because if he stops running, and Anged doesn't, he's a dead man. But having said that, Anged's now into his base and just starting to wreck everything. And 30,000 health, 172 kills, 30,000 mass destroyed. Absolute bonkers. But Monkey is coming. Well, I think it's going to not make a difference. There has been too much damage done by Andy pushing on up. Far too much damage. And even with all of this, even with everything done, you know, Monkey coming out, but the problem with the Monkey is that there's a GC there pulling off Strife. So even if he has the Monkey, you need another 2 to take care of the GC. The Monkey will catch up to Andy. I'm pretty sure the Monkey walks faster, so the question is will he catch up quick enough for all these units to do enough damage to turn it around, because it can still pump out the damage. Maybe not enough to kill off the Monkey Lord, but definitely a lot. Right, here HQ survives, power survives, and here we go. Might as well turn around and face the music. Get as much damage as you can at the Monkey before you die. Artifacts pulls another experimental. There we go. He does turn around, starts doing some damage, and have a look. He actually toe-to-toe with the Monkey for a while, do a good amount of damage. If he was on full health, it might have been a different story. It might have been a different story. The Monkey would have been a lot more dead. Yeah, maybe dead enough with the extra T1 RD spam coming in after him. Over this side though, units crushing up in the middle, more T1 RD spamming in, taking care of mixes. We see Albertard with his gun comp also moving through, and to make life worse, he's also double upgraded. Monkey chasing down this GC, it's going to be fine. No way that GC is going to die from a single Monkey. Maybe the air plus the Monkey, although now that they're facing each other, Monkey is definitely dead to a 4 veterancy GC. The regen on that thing, the extra health, absolutely bonkers. The air's making a difference though. 7,000, half dead. The Monkey is going to die. And artifacts, control K's I would guess. I don't know where his commander was, but he has control K'd out. That Monkey is sitting around going for Albertard, will be fine. And No Red is the final person well, he was alive. He could draw K's out as well, right beside all these point defense, which leaves just now the solo person for team number 2 is Hatchy. Down at the bottom corner, he's going for laser. Yeah, why not? There's Guncon on Guncom. Laser's the one you want. That's a bold transport. Going to land in front of a monkey. Might's going to get away. And well, Hatchy is not being still idle. He's picked up all the Corsairs and they're having a go at the GC, but it has so much regen. It'll take a very long time to thin it down. Especially if it goes for a walk and starts dodging. It's going to be fine. Left hand side, defending monkey won't last too long. Only 8,000 health, runs in some T3 units that will go down. It's T3 RT lobbing their shells on. Miss horribly. Maybe see the monkey up here just to be annoying. Kill off all of those. Nope. Got a rank of Venerous, costs more health. GC still kicking around. 1,000 health though. It is gone, but even as that one dies, it's been replaced by another one. More GC. Monkey gets obliterated by a bunch of Nothers. That wasn't particularly healthy, but that's okay. Laser is done for Hatchy. He was going for cloaking, but probably can't run it on the little power he's got. Cancels the cloaking, he's like, never mind. I'm just gonna run out. Laser it is. And GC is having a whale of a time, is just killing stuff off, getting spammed down by Corsairs though. They're just doing run after run after run. MSG calls for air, but honestly, doesn't matter at this stage. Speaking of air, there's a whole bunch of Northers going for Hatchy, who is doing the dancing dodge. Some great dodging there, a whole wave of the miss, and I'm not sure he got hit by one bomb out of all of those. And the Northers have been obliterated by this flak bank over here. Are there any left? Look at that. If you're half paying attention, you can just dodge. Dodge all of that. Right, the arrows finally turned up to clear out these Corsairs. They could have left it alone. Could have let them kill the GC. There's really not much Hatchy can do from this point on. He is 10% of their opponent's income. This is nothing he can do in there. Still, Commander's going to have a bit of run. He's going to just walk on up and just see what he can laser Zorch with that. He's got laser, he's got stealth, he's got gun. So it's all about the combat for him. Gets some extra range, and he's asking to let me run. Don't air snipe. Let him run around. Worst comes to worst, the GC can stomp on over and kill him off, but he can have some fun. This is what a laser gun comp can do to units. Well, Titans anyway. Get through the shields, kill them off really quickly. And just cause havoc. Doesn't have a big pool of health, and it's not so effective against masses of Percivals, but still, good amount of damage. Because of that spinning around trying to find a target after target. Laser is just ready to go, walk straight up, run into a whole line of tier 1 Hardify. That does some damage. As long as it keeps twisting and turning, spinning around like that. Like a giant spinning laser. Trying to focus on a target and kill everything off at once. Dodging, twisting, turning, bring the GC over, bring your gun comms over, have some fun with that. Albertar's built an experimental, that'll do it as well. And, oh, strats, really? Not even that. Hover bomb strats. Really? Lame. Sorry, Zoom, you're lame, mate. You're absolutely lame. Couldn't have some fun. And was over. Look at that. Albertar was ready to play. He was bringing over his commander. He was going to tow it in. But no, Zoom had to ruin the fun. Still, good game as it was.